Many progressive reforms at the turn of the 20th century helped improve the lives of common people in America. For example, the International Ladies Garment Workers Union, commonly called the ILGWU, and founded in 1900, led the uprising of the 20,000 in 1909, which led to strikers getting higher wages and shorter hours. This was not the only labor strike in the country either at that time. Many others similar to it appeared all over the country in the early 1900s. They often led to similar results too, greatly improving the quality of life for many workers, unskilled and skilled alike. The Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890 and the Clayton Antitrust Act of 1914 also helped the lives of common Americans, if not so directly. They put limits on monopoly, creating mergers so that no one company could ever have control of an entire industry. This ensured that competition would be around for companies to drive prices lower for the common consumer. And many progressive reforms from the turn of the 20th century are still in effect today. Fair Labor Standards Act, passed by Congress in 1938, still mandates a national minimum wage and a maximum of a 40-hour workweek for employees of businesses that are involved in interstate commerce. It also forbids the hiring of anyone under 16 for any job, and anyone under 18 for dangerous jobs. We can also accredit our right to vote directly for our senators to the 17th Amendment, another progressive movement. Before this was passed, senators would have been elected through state legislatures. Other progressive reforms that are still in effect we may now take as a matter of course, such as women's equal rights and compulsory education and access to free publicly funded schools for children. And there are still political and social movements going on today that could be called progressive. One I would like to draw attention to is for the government to provide more assistance to the American impoverished so that they may learn to help themselves to escape poverty. 15% of all Americans live below the poverty line, with 21.8% of people under the age of 18 with them. These people are willing to work to rise into middle-class America so that they may better the lives of themselves, their families, and their communities. All they need are jobs. Most people who grew up poor never have enough money to pay for college or training programs so that they may learn the skills necessary for a well-paying job. With government-funded training programs, the poor will have opportunity to get skilled jobs so that they may feed their own families too. The American economy could also benefit from a program like this in the long run. With so many people off the streets working and contributing to the communities, the cost of distributing money for things like food stamps, welfare, or government-subsidized housing would go down greatly. Not to mention how these people would be paying taxes on their new income and investing their salaries back into their communities. I know that one act cannot eliminate poverty altogether in America, but I believe with a bill such as this, it would be a great step in the right direction. Progressives fight for social and political reforms to help better the American community, and that is exactly what I believe a government-funded training programs for the poor could do for us.